Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Finster. Finster is getting very curious and climbing all over the place. You want to get down? All right, get down. Here to talk about this, the next release in Maurice Abravanel's Tchaikovsky cycle, as re-released by Naxos on Vox Remastered, the Elite Recording. Elite Recording was the company that consisted of Mark Obort and Joanna Nikrens, who made fabulous sounding recordings. And these are very, very natural, open, lovely recordings. The only issue I have with these is that the finale of the Second Symphony lacks a bit in the bass, because it's got, bass drum and cymbals, and you want to hear a little more thump on the bottom. But still, these are marvelous sounding performances, and they are very good performances. And when these came out originally on Vox, and of course they were in a Vox box, and I have the Vox box naturally. And it was everyone sort of said, well, the Utah Symphony's not fabulous. And they're not. I mean, they're good. They're sometimes very good, but they're not a great orchestra. And Maurice Abravanel wasn't one of those big name conductors, although he was a wonderful orchestra builder, and he spent his whole career, just about his whole modern career anyway, after coming to the U.S., in Utah, working with this orchestra, doing all kinds of fabulous stuff. And some of what he did was absolutely marvelous, of course, and some was less marvelous. But my goodness, these are good performances. I mean, especially today, compared to what, the dreck that's coming out, or that comes out nowadays in Tchaikovsky, where it seems like today's young conductors have almost completely forgotten how to play Tchaikovsky, what to do with romantic music, how to allow the emotion to bubble to the surface. And Abravanel was not one of those hot and heavy micromanaging interventionist kind of guys. He was one of those self-effacing, very natural, let the music speak kind of guys. But he knew how to play Tchaikovsky. He grew up with it. He was a wonderful ballet conductor. He did all kinds of good stuff. And so these performances of Symphonies 1 and 2 are really, really terrific. And the first and second symphonies particularly get no play. I've only seen the Second Symphony once. I saw Lauren Mazel do it with the Pittsburgh Symphony, I believe it was. It was a wonderful program. It had Bacchus and Ariane and the second half in it. This was the first half piece, was the Second Symphony. It was marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. The Second Symphony, well, both of them, frankly, are pieces that you listen to and you say to yourself, well, why don't they get played more often? I actually played the First Symphony. I was the cembalist in the finale of the First Symphony. It's great fun. And one of the hallmarks of these performances is their striking fluidity and lack of vulgarity. Tchaikovsky could, sort of cross the line now and then. And it's fun when he crosses the line. It's true. But the end of the First Symphony, it's going chump cha chump ba-da-da-dum chump chump ba-da-da-dum bum bum ba-da-da-dum bum bum ba-da-da-dum, and then the trumpets come in with this yeah da 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 da. Oh my God, it can be so crude. I mean, fun, yes, but crude. These performances manage to have all of the brilliance that Tchaikovsky intended, with none of the crudité. Well, maybe they're not crudité. Those are vegetables, right? But none of the crudeness. And so it's really pretty remarkable just how effective they are. And of course, to have 1 and 2 on one disc, it's a well-filled disc. They're 74 minutes combined. I love the second movement in this performance of the Second Symphony, the march, with the timpani going bong, 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 ba-da-dum, dum, bum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. It's just a great tune, an amazing tune. The scherzo of the First Symphony, the trio, has that fabulous waltz, one of Tchaikovsky's, first great waltzes. Tchaikovsky was an amazing waltz composer, as you know, from the ballets, the Waltz of the Flowers, and the, Waltz of the Petunias, and the Waltz of the Geckos, and whatever waltz it is in his ballets. They're just marvelous. And this one, oh my goodness, da 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 da, amazing. Amazing. And everything here just levitates. They're lovely, lovely performances. And I'm so happy to get to know them in these excellent remasterings. And you should too, if you haven't had a chance to hear them before. I mean, it's so interesting to hear just how natural it was for these people to play Tchaikovsky and how forced and unnatural Tchaikovsky so often sounds in performances today. Go figure. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.